So I don't get why we haven't kissed yet. What's up with that?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have made out with a guy.
Ah,
Um,
good for you.
yeah, kind of assuming it was gonna be you, but I guess it wasn't.
Right? I
It's
I
too bad.
mean, we've known each other for what now? 7 years, I think.
What more, isn't it? Oh fuck, you're right. Maybe only 7. No, 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 8 years. 8 years.
No, it hasn't been
It's
8.
totally been 8 years.
We were 12 when we met. We're 19 now, so it's been 7 years.
I guess. Wait, are you almost 20?
I turned 20 in October.
Oh well, I don't know, man. Anyway,
On that note, welcome to the podcast. Let's jump right into it. On the last episode, we talked about jokingly about watching the Human Centipede and having a drinking game for it, and then we actually did that.
yeah.
So yeah,
Joke became reality,
yeah, we both
or should I say, dream became reality.
yeah. So the dream, we basically so we streamed it on Discord with it was me, Jules, and two other friends of ours, and yeah, it was
Well, I mean, it was
an experience.
it was something we had to do. Like it's something you don't really have a choice. It's like it's something you just have to do at one point in your life, especially people who were aspiring filmmakers. It's a lesson. It's a life lesson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to start us off? What do you want to give us a human centipede review?
Okay, well, all right. I'll say that. Well, I mean, you can't really review the Human Centipede, to be honest. Like, it's not.
Yeah, you can.
It's not a movie you can review. Well, in the sense that you can't say like, oh, the good parts, the bad parts. Like, there are no good parts in that movie. Like, it's only bad. Like, there's no redeeming
There are
factors.
some cool shots.
Yeah, there's some. Every movie has some cool shots. Like, The Room has some cool shots. Like, that doesn't mean anything.
The Room does not have any cool
Yes,
shots.
it does. It has. I'm sure it has like one or two decent shots. Like, I mean, having like one cool shot in a whole movie doesn't make it good. Like, you need a lot more. Also,
There's like 2 or 3.
yeah, that's. Come on, man. You gotta level with me here. Like, you're gonna watch an hour and a half long movie. If there's 3 cool shots, you're not gonna be like, "Wow, that was great." Like,
I know. I'm not.
you know?
Look, I'm not defending Human Centipede as a movie, but I'm just
I
saying
feel like you're
that like
defending actually. You know what? I'm kind of curious. Who's the cinematographer on the Human Centipede? I gotta look
let's
this up.
find
Human
out.
Centipede, IMDb. But yeah, I think. I mean, overall, I don't know. I mean, it's just. At least it's effective because it's fucking horrible to watch, and I think that's what they were
Yeah.
trying to
Oh,
achieve.
definitely.
So I guess in that sense, yeah, great.
I gotta say, I mean, I thought it was just fine. I didn't even think it was. Well, I don't know. I thought that opening scene was fucking terrible. It was just there's no subtlety.
Wait, you're saying it was fine? You're not saying it was bad? What's wrong with you? You're going.
Well, look, no, but like,
Yeah, I feel like you're too lenient on this type of shit, man.
No,
Like,
I'm
we
not.
watched Jurassic World and you said it was fine. Like, what is wrong with you?
no, I said no. I didn't like the second Jurassic World movie because I thought my problem with that was that it was just and I didn't really give a shit about it. No, with this was different. It was horrible and disgusting and awful, but I mean, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, far from it, to be honest.
Really? I mean, I don't think it was the worst thing I've ever seen, but not far from it. I mean, it was pretty fucking close, actually.
I mean, I just thought my biggest problem with it was really just there was too many cliches. I mean, the two girls were just annoying as hell, and you couldn't tell them apart up until when they're in the centipede. Then it was very easy to tell them apart. There's middle and back.
But, like, there's no fucking, like, structure to the story. Like, they just get put into a centipede and then they die. Like, that's it. Like, it's not,
That's
there's no
true.
arc.
He just kind of fucks around with them, like what? Because how far in the movie do they actually get turned into a centipede? Like 40
Oh
minutes.
yeah, it's Goof. Remember,
yeah,
cinematography is by Goof. Good old Goof. Wait, hold on. What else did Goof do? Yeah, for context, the guy's name is Goof de Koning. Let's see. He filmed The Candy Killers, Sunset Contract, and Honey Z.
Honey Z.
That all sound like porn movies.
Honey Z definitely does.
Honey Z, Sunset Contract. I feel like they both sound like porn movies, man.
No,
Like,
Sunset Contract sounds like a movie about a hitman.
It's not. Well, it doesn't look like it.
Mm.
I don't know. It's a person with sunglasses.
Sunset Contract. You know?
Sunset Contract. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Honey Z. That's probably a porn movie, honestly. That's fine.
Yeah, both girls were annoying as hell. I thought they just hit every note of dumb chick that gets killed in the horror movie. And then the fucking doctor, he just falls into the category of every single... I know I kept on pointing this out when we were watching it. Just every psychopath trait. Every, like...
Yeah, I know,
I'm evil. Ugh, like...
Yeah, and then even the fucking Japanese guy is like... Oh, he's like, Japanese dude who, like, screams a lot in a high-pitched voice, and then he, like... fucking kills himself at the end because Japanese people are kamikazes. Like, you know.
Shit, yeah. And that was fucked up because he called him like kamikaze, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of the movie, though. I think that he's probably supposed to be racist, I guess. But
yeah, sure. That makes sense with him, but I guess, yeah, I hadn't even thought about the whole angle there that the Japanese guy commits suicide.
Yeah.
He does scream a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah. God. No, I don't. God, I don't think you can. Okay, let's see. What's my defense here? Because I thought it was fucking awful. So, okay, so there's the whole inexistent arc. The awful. Okay, actually, you know what? The actors weren't that bad.
They were fine.
The Centipede was okay. I thought the actor who played the evil guy. He was pretty shit, honestly. I don't think he was great.
Well, do you know? Okay, so by the way, let me ask you something. Do you know about the thing with 2 and 3?
Well, I mean, I just know it escalates, and by 3, there's like... Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't say this because I was going to spoil it for Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
But it escalates, basically, and just numbers increase.
Well, it does, but what I was going to say was... Are we still agreeing to watch 2 and 3?
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
totally.
rad. I'm totally down for that, because firstly, what's really weird...
But you know what, actually, now that I think about it, Oscar's not going to want to watch 2 and 3, so we might as well just spoil them.
He might be okay, but what I was going to say was... is that the guy in 2, the guy who right before we started this podcast you said looked Chinese, even though he's clearly white.
Okay, it was the picture, all right? We both agreed that it looked like a white guy doing yellowface.
Yeah, but that's not the same as looking Chinese.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but when a white guy does blackface, when you see him for 2 seconds, you're probably going to think he's black until you realize he's not. It's just like in White Chicks. You see the 2 girls in White Chicks, you're going to think they're white until you realize they're not. It's like normal, right?
Bro, that is some amazing deduction you got there.
Yeah, I think you know what? I think I made a fair point.
No, you aren't. I didn't think that even for a second that guy looked Chinese at all.
That's because you saw other pictures of him before. I hadn't. That was the first picture I saw.
Well, okay, so my point is, so that guy is like the killer in the second one, right?
Yeah.
And then in the third movie, you know how it's like this evil warden that stitches his whole prison together?
Yeah.
So it's him and it's his assistant, and the warden is played by the guy that plays the doctor in the first movie, and the assistant is played by the guy in the second movie.
Oh, no way.
It's really...
That's kind of cool, actually.
It's really... So they're different characters... But the guy that plays the doctor in the first one, he was the one I was telling you about who goes like, I can't wait to see your pure agony. That guy. He's that.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I also realized? It's great. Okay, so what I think we should do is I think we should watch 2 and then have the next episode be on that. And then watch 3, and then have the episode after it be on that.
Isn't that going to make a lot of episodes about the human centipede?
I know, and here's where I'm going with this, right? So, if we stay in tune with that, the episode surrounding the third movie will be episode 7. We'll have 7 in total, meaning there will have been 4 episodes out of 7 where we've talked about the human centipede, meaning we can officially call it like the Human Centipede podcast.
Oh my God, Jack. Like that. Why would we want to do that? Like this, we're not. It's not. Our target audience isn't people who want to listen about who want to hear about the human centipede, not listen about the.
Oh my God!
Right?
Actually, that'd be great if for the 7th episode.
Like you think we'd get like human centipede fanboys like, oh shit, it's like a podcast about it, and then it's just 2 assholes talking about other movies.
So great. That'd be great. No. But I mean, for the one, I think once if we end up doing that, in the episode where we talk about 3, I would love to just change the logo for that one episode and call it the Human Centipede Podcast.
Oh no. Well, I mean, yeah, we could.
Oh man, that'd be great. But yeah, I mean, it was gross. To be honest, I know this is you might disagree with this. I thought it was fucking disgusting, but it was not as fucking disgusting as I thought it was going to be.
Okay, yeah, okay, no, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. However, it was everything that comes before the actual centipeding was a lot more disturbing than I expected. I thought it was just going to be like, oh, it's just some asshole who stitches people together, you know, and the real disturbing part is going to be when they're stitched. But actually, I thought the worst part was before that. Like, you know, when they were in the beds and shit. Like, that was fucking terrifying.
They're genuinely freaking out. And that was the thing. What was it? I don't know why. That just your description of that reminds me of what I thought Saw was when I was a kid. Was that the description I was given of it was, it's this guy and he enjoys putting other people in pain. And I remember I knew that, and all I knew was that Saw had traps of some kind. So what I didn't know the whole element of him like torturing people to teach them life lessons and shit. Yeah. The way I pictured Saw was just like a person walking down the street, and then he like falls in like a pothole, and Jigsaw's like, "Oh, you've come to my you fell into my trap.
What the fuck?
Welcome." You've dropped right in. I don't know why, but that
doesn't make any sense. But that's kind of cool. That could be like a co-production between It and Saw, and it can be like Saw It.
That's kind of the plot of The Hostel. In a way, they just kill people that are passing through.
I haven't seen The Hostel.
It's basically they kill people who are passing. Well, they take people. It's a hostel where people go, and then they kidnap the people staying there, offer them up to rich assholes who pay to torture them, basically.
Oh, that sounds really nice.
Yeah, man. It's fucked up. I haven't seen it, but it looks fucking disgusting.
You know, I think once we do the 3 Human Centipede movies, I think our next goal is a Serbian movie. Or maybe there's an
We are not watching a Serbian film.
I know a Serbian film. I know we've talked about that in the last one, but I feel like, I mean, I know you're completely against it, and honestly, so am I, but I feel like it's gonna end up happening. Like, it's kind of like one of those inevitable things, you know?
No.
It's like the collapse of the universe.
I don't know, man. Because Human Centipede is one thing. Like, it's gross and it's fucked up. But I think Human Centipede is just, Serbian film is just next level. Like,
yeah, I think you're right.
You know me. I can stomach a lot of stuff. I honestly, Human Centipede was fucking gross, but it wasn't as hard to watch as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. But I think Serbian film would be genuinely difficult for me to get through.
I think so too. And I think honestly, the thing about Human Centipede is that it's kind of hard to watch, and it's like, oh, you disgusting as shit. But then I mean, I slept perfectly well that night, Yeah. Whereas I think if you watch a Serbian film, like that shit sticks to you probably, Yeah. It's the type of thing that doesn't. Yeah.
Well, it's just one of those things. I mean, Human Centipede. I think you might feel that way when you watch 2 and 3, because they do get more disturbing in terms of the shit that they do. Not just the Human Centipede, but there's just so much. I've read.
How do you know? You haven't seen these movies.
I've read like the Wikipedia description for 2 and 3.
Oh boy.
This was a while back. This was how the whole thing started. I was thinking about 3 a lot because I read that Wikipedia description, and it's just all of the worst stuff you can imagine. It's not as bad as a Serbian film, but it's up there. It's clearly doing fucked up shit for the sake of doing fucked up shit.
Well, I mean, that sounds cool. Well, no, but it doesn't. But like, no. I mean, we should do 2 and 3, and then if we stomach 2 and 3 to an extent where we were like surprised by how much we could stomach, then we do a Serbian film.
Maybe. I don't know, man. That might be a little more difficult for me.
Yeah, I don't even know either. Well, but you know what? It would make for an interesting podcast episode.
I don't think we could convince Oscar or Kim to watch a Serbian film.
Oh, definitely not. No,
they were not.
I don't even think Oscar wanted to see. Yeah, I mean, we've said this already, but I don't even think Oscar wanted to see 2 and 3 of Human Centipede. So
what was funny was that with Oscar, he didn't know what it was about until we showed it to him, and there
Yeah.
was something so fucking glorious about seeing a
Oh yeah.
person react to that in real time. Like,
And
when
when
they're
the
explaining the shit, like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, oh, this is, yes.
and when
Mwah.
that asshole like does his little PowerPoint presentation when they're like in the beds, and the Oscar was just like, what the fuck? And that was the greatest moment, man.
PowerPoint. I really hope. I was thinking.
With his little diagrams of assholes.
So I wasn't. I don't think that the school is going to get back in for me, which really sucks because it was my last year of school. But I was thinking, I was like, I would love it because I figured when we go back in, we like to keep a pretty open dialogue in our class. And I was wondering if they would probably ask, like, oh, what did we all do during the quarantine? And I so badly want to say, yes, hi, Jack here. I watched all 3 Human Centipede movies.
Yeah, but think about how much more glorious it would be if you said, hi, I'm Jack Green. I watched all 3 Human Centipede movies and a Serbian film.
Oh, God. I mean, that'll be the fun part of saying. I was thinking about that today, where I wanna do a stand-up bit around everything that's been happening so far, and what's so crazy about the coronavirus, I think, is this is the first time since 9/11 where just everyone's been paying attention to this and everyone is involved somehow,
Yeah.
But what I think is kind of funny is the difference between what that's resulted in society-wise, because 9/11 resulted in a war and increased airline security, and the coronavirus has resulted in me watching all 3 Human Centipede movies.
Yeah. Real political impact right there.
Right? I want to... shit, man. It really is a crazy time we're living in right now. Like,
yeah, it's weird. It's just, yeah, no, I think comparing this to 9/11 is probably delicate because it's just not the...
No, but the events are completely different, but I mean, it's just... this level of impact is comparable to 9/11.
For sure. Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely weird because it definitely feels like it's like a part of a fantasy film, which is kind of exciting and also kind of
terrifying.
Yeah, well, not terrifying, but how in those like I don't even know what movie does this, but I've seen like 20 of them who do this, like end of the world movies where there's like a montage at the beginning during the opening credits where there's like footage, like news footage of like catastrophes and shit, and like reporters saying like, and the virus, blah blah blah, and it's like sort of like a compilation of all the shit that happened before the now of the movie.
Yeah, of course.
And I feel like we are during that montage right now. We are in that opening credit sequence. And the thing is, when the world is in an opening credit sequence, you're kind of scared of what's going to happen in the climax of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, is the world going to explode? Like, what's going to happen?
That is scary. Well, I think what was really kind of hit hard for me was that I initially did not take this seriously at all. Like, I'll admit that when this started and people were starting to be like, oh, we got to distance ourselves from each other, I was like, oh, come on, that's a bit dramatic, isn't it? But then I think the first sign that things were really serious was the boarding school that I went to in Denmark for a year. They were the first of the schools that I knew of that like shut down. Yeah. And I remember I saw it because I follow their Instagram. They announced that. I just remember very specifically thinking, oh shit, this is serious.
Yeah.
It's scary because one by one, every place I've ever known has been shut down.
It's peculiar because like even now it's kind of hard to. I mean, obviously we have the media and stuff, so we see the effects of it, and we have like numbers and shit. But I mean, even now it's kind of hard to grasp the effects of this thing. Like technically, I mean, I don't know. And well, actually, I do, but I don't know anyone close who has even had the virus. So it's like it's such a foreign concept. I don't know. It's excuse me. It's just it's difficult to grasp.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I want to be. I've been alternating between being like really productive as a result of this and not at all. I finally worked out a system in terms of, okay, I'm going to get a little bit of school work done each day. I'm going to get a little bit of music done each day. But just today I was told that we would not be being graded on my final project because it's going to be done late, and they just don't have a way of grading that. So there's no point in doing any of the schoolwork. You might as well just make the film when you can.
Yeah, I guess you just have to find personal projects to do. I've started knitting again. So that's nice.
Oh yeah, that's pretty rad that you start. Wow, how did you take up knitting, by the way? I was wondering about that.
I don't know. I was like, fuck. I've always kind of wanted to know how to knit. So I asked my mom taught me. That's but.
I mean, for me, it's been. I mean, I mentioned music. I've been trying to. Right now, this is kind of in the demo phase where I've been trying to put together a solo album, as I can't really interact with my bandmates, like physically. So you can't really do a band practice over Discord. That would suck. But basically, as a result, I've been trying to play every instrument myself, and this has basically been an excuse for me.
Wait, do you have a drum set?
I do have a drum set.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's an electronic drum set, but it works the exact same way.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, here's the thing: is that drums are like the one instrument that I'm implementing into this album that I don't know how to play like really well.
Yeah.
And so this has basically been an excuse for me to learn how to drum, and I've slowly been getting better at it.
That's cool.
But it's a work with progress. But my point being is that I'm either doing shit like that or I'm watching a bunch of TV. I have watched I think either finished, in the process of watching, or just started 5 different series while this was going on.
Oh man, Jesus Christ! Yeah, actually, I wanted to start that one series. Fuck, what's it called again? It's about like this girl who just got out of like rehab, and she's like a Euphoria, I think is what it's called.
It doesn't sound familiar.
A lot of people have told me it was really good. Don't know. Thought I might start watching that.
You're not really a big series person, are you?
No. I barely ever watch series, but I'm thinking, confinement might be a good place to start.
I would recommend. I mean, if you're gonna get into stuff, I think you'd really like Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah. But it's so long, man. Like I can't be bothered.
So is this fucking quarantine.
Yeah, but I've got other shit to do. It's surprising because now I've realized why like people who are retired have so much stuff to do, because it's just like. I mean, even when there's nothing to do, there's stuff to do, Like, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, just this is now kind of cleared up so much time for me. Is just like, oh, shit, there's all this other background stuff that I gotta take care of. But for me, I've been watching, let's see, I just finished I Am Not Okay With This, which was pretty good. Steven Universe just ended, which I really liked. And now I'm on the last season of BoJack Horseman. I've basically started binging it right before the virus really kind of went into full effect.
Oh, nice.
And I started watching Tiger King, which is fucking crazy. Holy shit.
Tiger King?
Oh, do you know about it?
No.
Oh, you might like this. So basically, it's a true crime documentary on this zookeeper who allegedly hired someone to kill his rival.
What? His like rival tiger hunter?
No. She's like a not environmentalist. She's like a animal rights activist who's been like trying to shut him down for years. And that's just a drop in the bucket of how crazy it gets, because turns out people who deal in big cats and stuff like that are fucking insane.
Wait, what?
No.
Is this legit or is it like fictionalized?
No. It's a real thing. And
wow.
There is something so glorious about seeing a conflict where every side is out of their goddamn mind. Because even the woman that he supposedly tried to kill, she's fucking nuts as well. Like, it's everyone's insane.
Oh man, I want to see this.
Yeah, so it's only 7 episodes. They're like 40 minutes each.
Oh, really? Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, well, it came out last week, and it's huge. Everyone's talking about it right now.
Tiger King, huh? All right, I gotta look that up.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And like the guy himself is crazy. Everyone that like works with him is crazy. What's interesting, I don't want to give too much away, but turns out a lot of these kind of communities with animal training stuff, they're run really shittily, And one of the guys basically has a cult, essentially. The kind of environment he has sounds very much like a cult. And he has like 8 girlfriends.
What the fuck?
There's There's this amazing scene where they're asking the filmmaker is asking his employees. He goes, how many girlfriends does he have? And each one says a different number of people.
What the fuck?
They're like, I think it's 3, 5, 7, and the best part is the last one just goes, I don't fucking care.
That's great.
Oh, and that guy that has like X amount of girlfriends, he basically, let me describe you to him. He's a white man with bleached white hair that's held in a ponytail and also a bleached soul patch.
Oh.
And his name is Bhagavan.
Bhagavan?
Yes, he's a white man and his name is Bhagavan.
What the fuck? That's amazing.
It's absolutely insane.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it's so good. I'm only 2 episodes in, but I fucking love it so far.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's only 7, so. Have you been, shit, what good movies have you watched lately, if any?
I mean, we've been watching quite a lot of stuff during quarantine. Mainly French movies, because I'm in France. So yeah, that's logical. No, I mean, the thing is that there's a lot of like TV, like broadcasting programs have like become free during the quarantine in France, which is really nice.
Oh, nice.
Meaning that a lot of like classics that you normally have to pay for to watch are available.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we've been watching that a lot. And that's basically the only stuff I've watched. Oh, and Human Centipede. That was a pretty weird mix because I watched this French film by this guy called Henri-Georges Clouzot called Le Corbeau, and it's like a black and white, I think it's 50s or 60s French film. Like it's like a whodunit and stuff, it's kind of nice. And then literally like right after that I get on Discord and we watch fucking Human Centipede and it was the weirdest night, man.
I also told you about that. The problem for me was I watched Human Centipede with you guys the same day I finished Steven Universe, which is like basically the 2 most different things that I could have watched were this really wholesome kids show that, helped bring me and my brother closer together. It's just this, adorable, sweet, really good show. Yeah. And then Human Centipede. So I think we both had a weird day.
It makes for some interesting cocktails of emotion for sure.
True dat. It's. Do you think you could make Human Centipede as a whodunit? Who centipeded the guy?
Who centipeded the guy? I don't know. Of course not. Wait, why am I hesitating about this? Because you could just ask the fucking centipede.
No, but their mouth is all fucked up.
Yeah, but he just, I don't know, he fucking like crawls towards the dude or something. You put them on a line in front of the centipede and it crawls towards him. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be too difficult. Unless the centipede is like decomposed by the time they're all dead and decomposed and then you have to figure out who did it to them. That could work.
There's a line. There actually, conveniently enough, reminds me of one of my favorite, I think my favorite 30 Rock episode where one of the characters stars in a torture porn, and it's basically like a combination of every torture porn ever. So it's like, I think they call it centipeding at some point for some reason.
Oh, what
or
the fuck?
They go like, all right, that was a good scene, everyone. Now let's move on to the scene where he sews the man's mouth to his own anus. But but the best part is that what's so funny about it is they're shooting it in Connecticut for tax reasons, and it turns out that they can't sell the movie unless it promotes tourism, and so they fucking basically they reshoot all the scenes but like really touristy. So there's like this killer, he goes like, no one's going to save you because we're currently trapped deep within one of Connecticut's 30 beautiful state forests. It's
oh god, it's amazing.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen. And the woman's like, please don't kill me. I still haven't tried the like chicken Caesar salad at this restaurant.
That's great. That's like the Key and Peele Human Centipede skit that you sent on Discord. God, that's so
that
great.
skit's so
but
good,
just
right?
the greatest thing is how it ends, where he's like, "Oh, okay, once again, I'm the
That was
asshole."
great.
That's such a great punchline.
What I loved about that what I love about that skit is just the way they like just how familiar they act. The fucking like Wayne Brady guy just goes like, "Hey, Batman."
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's the best part. I think my favorite part is the way Peele plays that character, where he makes like 3 really fucked up jokes and he gives that like long wheezing laugh.
Yeah. That's great, honestly. Yeah, it says. Yeah, I mean, God, Key and Peele is good at making like that kind of situation. Honestly, like making really absurd characters and making them work. Like that's.
Have I shown you the Brandon Rogers thing on it?
No.
He also does a thing on Human Centipede where it's like a day in the life, and he's like,
What?
he's just like so he's like the front guy and he's talking about his experience. He goes like, I like to think of myself as a humane centipede,
Oh no!
And then he
the
says
fuck?
he says like one of the people in the middle is being annoying. He goes, "Oh yeah, keep it up. I will eat Indian food. I swear to God."
That's great.
So good.
Oh man, you gotta send me the link for that.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Just gonna be exclusively Human Centipede content for a while now.
Yeah. I feel like the little viewers we had we're probably gonna lose at this point, but well, I mean, you know what? Whatever we do, there's always gonna be Oscar. So
True dat.
That's good.
And I think that's also the difference between that and a Serbian film, is I think you can... I mean, the Human Centipede is such a weird and ridiculous concept that it seems kind of easy to parody, but a Serbian film just deals with, like, real stuff.
Yeah, it just deals like with like the worst shit like that humanity ever invented, basically. Yeah. Good shit. Well, you know what? I feel like that's like an interesting challenge. Like, we're going to have to find a way to parody a Serbian film and make it of decent taste.
Do you think you could make a comedy about dogfighting?
I
don't know why, it just popped into my head.
A comedy about dogfighting? Probably not. I mean, I don't see how you can make a comedy about dogfighting. Yeah, you know what? You could, if the comedic aspect is that all the dogs fucking like get set loose, and then the comedy is about like, I don't know, it's like a Home Alone 2 but with dogs.
Why 2 specifically?
I don't know, man. How many Home Alones were there?
I think like 20.
Wait, what? Holy shit!
No, it's like 5.
Wait,
no,
really?
I think it's 5.
Oh,
yeah, but they
God.
kept on changing up the actor. It's Macaulay for the first 2, I think, and then it's different people in the later ones.
I didn't know there were 5. Jesus Christ! How many Jaws are there?
At least 4.
I've only seen number 1. I don't even know what the next ones are about. Is it just the same story or like?
Well, 4 is about the shark from the first movie coming back to life and seeking revenge on all of the people that killed it. Hence why it's called Jaws 4: The Revenge.
Wait, is this for real?
Yes.
Oh my fucking God. Wait, hold on. Jaws for the Revenge. Oh, no way. It is a real movie. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah. Hold on. All right, hold on. Wait, how many? Yeah, 2. Jaws 2.
I don't know what 2 and 3 are about, but like 4 is like famously stupid. Jaws 4 is considered like one of the worst movies of all time.
New series of attacks. Yeah, okay, it's probably just the same fucking thing 4 times, honestly. But
it's a shark. At least with Sharknado, they switched it up. It was like in a different city and shit.
Yeah, I guess, but Sharknado doesn't really have any redeeming factor. I still haven't seen that, by the way. We gotta watch that as well.
Oh, I would be down for watching Sharknado. I've only watched up to 4. I was really into those movies when I was younger. And then there's 6 in total, by the way.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
by the way, back on, just speaking of which, can we just acknowledge the fact that Jaws 4: The Revenge is the title of that movie?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we did already acknowledge that, but we can acknowledge it again if you like.
Yeah, that'd be great. I just wanted to make that very clear.
All right, cool. We are now acknowledging it.
I've told you my favorite dumb movie title, right? Have I told you it?
No. I don't think so.
It's in the Friday the 13th franchise.
No, I don't think you've told me this.
Okay, so this is another real movie. It's called Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh, you have told me about this. My God. That's great. Jason Takes Manhattan. That literally sounds like a fucking like a movie about like a businessman who like comes to make it in New York. Like
Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh man.
No, but just Jason is not really adept to urban environments, so I don't really get why he would go there.
Did you see the movie?
No.
Oh.
I assume he goes to Manhattan, though. I assume he takes it.
Oh, really? That'd be weird. Yeah, you should. I don't know, but it just doesn't feel like. I mean, a horror movie about like a killer in a big city, like that just doesn't feel like it would work.
Especially not a slasher.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're scary because you're alone with them. Like if you're in a city, you're alone with them along with like 3 million other people.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
One of the busiest cities in the world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's New York, so there's. Like,
yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, I think to is there anything else you want to add, just real quick?
I don't know. I think Jason Takes Manhattan is a pretty good note to end this on. Do you have any final things you'd like to say?
No. You know what? So I think I'd like to end this episode. I think a few episodes back, I ended our podcast by playing the wait, what theme is it exactly? It's the Super Mario Bros. 2 character select theme.
Yes.
Right. And so I figured for this episode, I should probably take it to the next level, and I would play it for you guys on the piano. So let me get my piano ready, and I'm going to do that for you.
Right. The piano that you own.
All right, hold on. Let me turn on my piano. All right, it's working.
Shit, you actually do have a piano. No shit, really?
Alright, there you go.
Wait, you weren't actually playing that, were you?
Yeah, of course I was. What are you talking about?
Wait, were you actually?
Yeah, it's on my piano.
Okay, there's no way you can play that well.
No, of course I didn't play that. I played piano tutorial of it, which is too bad. I would have. I feel like it would be a good idea to like end the podcast on just me finishing this song and then not commenting on it. I feel like that'd be good, right?
Well, now we're here.
Yeah, but you can cut it, man. You're editing this thing.
Yeah, I could. But I think the world deserves to know that you're a fucking fraud.
Look, I don't care about the world knowing that I'm a fraud. You know what? Actually, I learned the beginning of this on the piano, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I don't want to waste my time on this.